Hi guys, today we are reviewing the Accurist Sports Chronograph watch model MS895B. In the review we'll be going through the features, style as well as dimensions. So without further ado, let's get started. This watch has a very nice stainless steel black coated case. It's a sort of a polished black finish to it. You have the same black on the pushers for the chronograph and on the crown. The crown has that nice Accurist logo in it now, which says on there it's true British design. It's one of the newer Accurist watches, which they all now tend to say this. We have a nice leather strap. The strap has like ventilation holes in it, as you can see here. So it's a black strap, it's got like little ventilation holes in it. And then that comes down to, again, you've got the Accurist logo saying it's true British design. You've got lots of adjustment points in the logo, so again tells us it's Accurist, it's genuine leather. Nice adjustment points, as I said, which go along with those holes on both sides. You've got two retainers as such. You've got one that is fixed in position, and then you've got the movable one, so when you adjust the strap you can move this with it. And then again on the actual clasp you've got a lovely black clasp, and again it says true British design for the Accurist logo. This is also carried over to the back, as you can see, so you've got a stainless steel back, but again true British design, all stainless steel. Tells us that this watch is 50 meters water resistant, so it's not really a swimming watch. It's a watch you can get wet, but you can't really go swimming or diving with, which is always, as I say that anyway with the watches with leather straps. I wouldn't want to go swimming with a leather strap watch, to be honest with you, but this one is just a push on, not a screw down back, so again it isn't really waterproof. It is just resistant to water if it gets a little bit wet. If we come around to the face of the watch, you'll notice that there is no real bezel as such. There's a very small slight edge to the case, and that goes straight onto this lovely slightly domed mineral crystal. As it is a chronograph watch, we have got inside the shoulder, we've got a tachometer gauge to do your timing. You've then got little markers, sort of an orange 60 at the top, and you've got markers going around for the minutes. You've got shiny chrome battens for the hours, and on the end of those, just but not actually in the battens but sort of recessed, you've got the luminous paints for the hours. Obviously you've got your two dials, as you can see clearly, in a sort of a black finish with rings for the 24-hour clock and the minutes for the chronograph counting. The bottom dial is as such not a dial. You've got the hand there for the seconds for the chronograph, but as you can see there's no actual dial, there's just markers 60, 15, 30 and 45, the 60 being in orange, as is the hand itself. You can see an orange hand, and you've got orange 24 and 30 in the other two dials. You've got a lovely date window at an angle between 4 and 5. You've got the white background with black numbers on it. And then we've got this lovely face. So this face is a very sort of old-fashioned looking style, very similar to something you'd have seen in the 70s. It's sort of a brown colour, but it's lighter in the middle, getting darker to the edges. So it's a true sunway face. Starts off one colour, ends up in a different, much darker colour, more of a shadowy effect. You've also got the Accurist, like I said, the new Accurist logo, and again it's telling us it's a 50 metre water-resistant watch. We've got chrome hands. You've got luminous paint in the hour and the minute hands. The second hand again is chrome, but instead of luminous paint you've got an orange marking to the end of it. Now the reason I say this is they do two versions of this watch. This watch is the 895B. They do an 895BR. The only difference with the BR is that the orange markings you see here are replaced with red on the other model. So that's what the R stands for, red. I prefer the orange. I think the orange looks much better with the brown face than red does. Now the chronograph feature works the same as all chronographs on watches. You've got the pusher at the top starts the chronograph off. You press that. The little second hand in the bottom dial starts going round. The difference here with the second counter, you can see that the second hand's going round, but there's no actual marking. So between 60, 15, 30 and 45, there's no markers. You would know, obviously, what second it's on, but it's unusual that there's no sort of indicators as such. As with all watches, the top dial, as you can see, the one at 9 o'clock position counts the minutes as it goes round. So when you get round to the end of the counting section, when you press stop you know how many minutes and seconds you've got. As always, the bottom pusher is the one to reset it, so it sets it back to 0, and that's your chronograph. Now, I haven't seen this watch before. I haven't seen this design. I've not seen a Accurist with this sort of face on it. As I said, not since the early 70s and 80s, those sort of watches, which I quite like the look of and keep meaning to get hold of. But I didn't know they did this in the more modern range. You can tell all the new Accurist models and Accurist watches from the new range with the little A symbol on the face, which you've seen in some of my other reviews. You've seen it on the box as well. You get the purple box with the A marking on it. Unfortunately, this watch didn't come with the box or packaging, but as I said, I bought it simply because it's unusual. I've not seen one like this before. I didn't even know they made this model, so I'm really pleased to get it. It's a nice looking watch. I've only found sites online at the moment doing the red version, but I will put the links to those down below, as well as links to other Accurist watches. So if we come to the sizes, the watch is quite a large watch. It has a nice big face. The face comes out at 40mm. The case is 43mm. As I said, because it hasn't got a bezel, it makes it quite a large face with a small case to it. But that's quite nice. It's sort of a streamlined look to it. Measurement with the crown as well works out at 47mm. The strap works out at sort of about midway positions, 22mm in total, which is pretty standard. The case thickness or depth isn't too bad actually. It's quite a thin watch. It's only 11mm from front to back. The weight, as it's a stainless steel watch, but it has a very light leather strap with the holes in, it only weighs 65 grams in total. So it's a very comfortable watch to wear. It's very loose fitting with the way that the strap's fitted into the shoulders, as you can see there. So it's a nice watch to wear, and I quite like the look of it. So it's a different one, unusual. I occasionally see these things every now and then. I'll spot something I like the look of and think, oh, I might as well add that to my collection because I've not seen one before, and it's quite nice. So I do tend to enjoy buying chronograph watches. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the review. If you do, please hit the like button down below. Please think about subscribing and hitting the notification bell to be notified when I upload the next load of videos. Thanks again. Bye bye.